Hey guys, Brian back here with their Kaspa update. All right, obviously the big story out there is Bitcoin right now. This thing is right now it's at 26,154. This red line is where it stopped here. Hopefully this thing has found a bottom here and is bouncing. The next logical area, okay, would be right there. All right, you can see that that was major resistance here, and this is on the weekly chart, so that would be around 24,250 bucks, 24,300, somewhere right around there. If we lose the area we're at now, which we're holding it right now, so we're going to take that out of there. If we zoom in here on the hourly, all right, you can see this thing starting to get a bounce here. Okay, so this is that wick down, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we hold this area. You know, if you put a little trend line on this thing right here, you know, you can see it's coming up to an area now where it's either going to get rejected or break through there. So if we pull the RSIs up, you can see some volume coming in a little bit here. There's 2,000 Bitcoin, 940. All right, look at down here at the bottom. Look how oversold. And when it starts getting colors like that, that means massively oversold. Look at the 4 hour. It's down. Wow, it's crazy. It's down to a 12. The 8 hour down to a 13 down here. Way oversold. But that color means you don't see that very often. All right, we put the 12 hour on here. All right, it's down to an 11. You go back through this history. This is the 12-hour chart. It hasn't. I don't know if it's ever been that low. Look at this. I mean, I'm going back. Let's put it on 1 year. All right, so there's the last year. This thing has never. It hasn't been down that low. You know, maybe ever. I don't know. So, and that's on the daily right there. That's the daily chart. Look how low that thing is. Like I said, in that 12-hour, just I can go back for a long ways here. You know, it's way down there. Maybe right here, it kind of got down there a little bit, but that's when we got this massive bounce after that. You know, I'm expecting this thing, especially if this thing is oversold as it is. We got to have a big bounce out of this thing. You know, the 8 hour way down there. All these RSIs are super low. Okay, the weekly rolling over. Obviously that's bearish right now, 32 and a 46. The monthly just flipped bear, 85. Look at them numbers, 85.16 and 85.28. So it's just teetering, really. All right, the daily is almost reset. So I'm expecting a big massive bounce out of this. Number one, it's either going to do one of two things here. All right, this trend line that it broke, it's either gonna come back up to that trend line, get rejected and roll over further, okay, or it's gonna come up here and bust back through here and keep going up. One of the two. All right, so this area up here, when it gets up to this trend line, it's gonna be a very interesting point here, okay, and it could end up working its way up here to connect right up here with this support zone, and it could end up that's where we get our answer. So we'll just have to keep an eye on Bitcoin and see what happens with this thing. Bitcoin dominance is absolutely collapsing. If we zoom in, let's open this up a little bit. All right, you can see our ABC is just playing right out here. All right, of course I moved this leg out of the way so you can see what's going on here, but our target down here, 48.6, approaching that pretty fast. Okay, last couple days this thing has just been rolling right over. We hit that 702 Fibonacci there, and this thing has just been free falling now. Look at that, got the right there. Okay, right here we just about hit that 702 there, just barely missed it. Okay, you could pull this down to right there, okay, and then it would have been an absolute perfect hit. All right, if you put it up at the top of this wick. All right, so that thing is just coming down. If we get the measured move, right on top of that 702 right there. You know, actually just a hair lower. Let's pull that down. I want that perfect because there we go, 48.6. Let's lock that. All right, so this thing is working out. We want to see that falling. If Bitcoin price is falling, you want to see the dominance coming down for sure. Okay, if it's not coming down, then it's really crushing the market. The crypto bubbles, look at that. That's for the day. Kaspa right here. The only one of the only green ones, that and Injective in the top. There's OP in the top 100. All right, just them three. Kaspa's held very well. You know, we're up two notches to 46. The market cap's at 781. All right, I just want to go through a couple more of these charts real quick with you, and then got some news for you, and then we're going to look at the Kaspa chart. The DXY getting rejected right at that trend line. You can see the red right there. Let's get this yellow line out of the way. There we go. Getting rejected right there, right off that resistance line. So far that thing's still rolling over. If we come down through here, the market caps. Look at this. This is the total market cap with Bitcoin. All right, ended up losing this wedge pattern. So, boy, oh boy, I don't know. You know, but technically, if we take the measured move, you know, of this pattern, of this wedge, put it on the breakdown area. You know, if that happens, wow, that would bring us down to these lower levels down here. You know, right down somewhere down there. Does that line up with anything major here? Wow, look at that. Right back there, the previous crypto top. Wow. Yeah, I hope that doesn't play out. That's crazy. Isn't that something? How I did not look at this beforehand. Nothing. All right, so that would be the crypto total market cap with Bitcoin. Here's the total too without Bitcoin. It's actually up $2 billion today. But let's get this off here. All right, and zoom in here on this thing. Alright, it lost this major support right here. Ended up crashing down through here. It has held up. It has grabbed support right there, which is good to see. Okay, you can, if we go back through here, you can see that was previous resistance turned into support. Alright, so far it's held. That's what we want to see here. Obviously, we don't want to lose that. Okay, let's get a couple lines off here. What do we have as far as a Fibonacci up on this thing? Alright, a 786. Just looking at something real quick. Oh boy. Oh no. We'll see how this plays out. I just see a 702 in here, right here. You know, that lines up. If that would happen, don't line up real good. Falls just short right there. We move that up there. Boy, oh boy, it's crazy how some of these measurements work out. I hope that one don't work out. We'll just leave this up here and see what happens here. If that, I'll show you what I was looking at. If this turned out to be a B up to that 702, that measured C leg would be right down there, which was massive support here. Support. Oh boy. Yeah, it's amazing how these measurements work out. There you go once again, and this is on the total market cap without Bitcoin. You know, right back previous all-time high. We'll see what happens here with that. But anyway, we go over here. Kaspa had some news that came out here today. They have an integration with Now Payments right now. It's integrating Kaspa. This just came out 30 minutes ago. Now Payments now accepts Kaspa, but they had something with Now Payments back. Where was that? Just trying to find it because we But we already covered that before. No, anyway, maybe it was just when they were listing it or whatever, first working with them. But now it accepts Kaspa. Okay, they just put this out 31 minutes ago. At now payments _IO is transforming crypto payments by integrating Kaspa. So now they can pay with Kaspa on there on now payments. All right, let's go back to these charts, guys. Let's get to this Kaspa chart because this thing has held up extremely well. The rest of the market has just gotten smashed. Okay, and here's Kaspa up 3.9%. This is on the weekly. We zoom in on here. I just wanted to put a video out today because I'm going to leave you guys hanging on a day like this. I really didn't plan on putting anything out today. But you can see, that one article we covered, they called this a bull flag, whatever, it's a channel. Holding right in it here. Okay, if we get the break out of this channel, which that's what I'm watching for here, okay, then I would expect this thing to really take off. But let's look at the RSIs here. All right, that daily, let's open this up. Okay, we got that daily right at the bottom. It's bullish at a 3 and a 1.7. Where's our weekly here? That weekly is bearish at a 70 and an 81. All right, that's the one we got to keep our eye on here. Need this thing to turn back up. So hopefully we get some momentum pushing up here to get that weekly pushed up. The monthly we don't have, obviously. The 12-hour right down at the bottom here at a 19 and a 15. Only at a 41 down here, so that's good to see. Get a nice push out of this thing. The 8-hour 66 and a 50. Look how low down here. Once again, a 43 down here. All right, the 4-hour at a 100 and a 66. Still really low down here too. All right, so obviously this thing, wow, I am really shocked at how well this thing has held up compared to the rest of the market. That is just absolutely insane on the daily. If you look at this thing, zoom in, I mean, compared to yesterday with the rest of the market, look at this thing. I mean, our target, that was this red line here for the ABC. It has absolutely held up. I mean, it wicked below it just a hair down to what, 0.036, but it's held up. All right, so we need to get a breakout, obviously, of the 0.0403, which is right there. Okay, you can see how that was resistance back here, support here. All right, so that's resistance here. That's the area we need a breakout from. All right, so keep an eye on that area, and then we will work from there. But this thing is held up very well. Very impressed, actually. You know, compared to compared to everything else. And if we go into the last hour, you can see a lot of coins out there are starting to get a bounce. There's Kaspa up almost 2% in the last hour. So a lot of stuff starting to bounce. Maybe Bitcoin has found a bottom here. Hopefully, we'll have to wait and find out. But all right, guys, please hit the like and subscribe. Consider becoming a member of the channel. And I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. But right now, this thing looks absolutely fine. Have a great day, everybody.